Alright YouTube, MasterHodor coming back for another Wi-Fi battle. I know I've been inactive recently. I went back to work full-time a couple weeks ago. So it's been really tough to find time to actually find battles, not to mention record and edit them and comment on them. So with that in mind, hopefully you understand and you won't abandon me, because I will be back with more as much as I possibly can. So with that said, this battle is against Dave. He is a Twitter follower. He's a great guy. I will leave the link to his profile in the description. And he brought a pretty interesting team. Ampharos, I love Ampharos. It's not that great in OU, but it is a fun one to use. Let's see, Chandelure, Flashfire. We got Tyranitar, Gardevoir, Heracross, and Greninja. And I'm bringing the same team I've used in my last few videos. I promise I'll get a new team going pretty soon here. Togekiss, Scizor, Arcanine, Gliscor, Porygon 2, and Greninja. So here we go, we're going to start the battle. He goes ahead and leads with his Greninja, and I'm going to lead with my Togekiss. Now, I hadn't tried to predict what he'd lead with. I thought maybe Tyranitar because of the Sandstream, but no, he goes straight for his offense and goes straight for an Ice Beam on my Togekiss. I know I can live this because Togekiss is so bulky. It does do a lot of damage, but I live it, and now I know he's the Ice type. So I had went for Thunder Wave just to slow him down because I knew I was going to live it no matter what. I guess unless there was a crit, but I wasn't too worried about that. And I noticed he's also Life Orb at this point, so that's nice to know. I go for Flamethrower. I don't know if he expected me to have that. Now that he's Ice type, that takes him down just a couple HP. Unfortunately, it doesn't knock him out. He does get the full paralysis, so I go for an Air Slash here to try to get the KO, get it over with. Unfortunately, he avoids the attack and goes for a Grass Knot. He gets a little more damage done on my Togekiss, and goes down to the Life Orb damage. So at least the Greninja's out of the way now. That's probably his most offensive Pokemon on his team. So I was really happy to get rid of that and not have to lose my Togekiss at the same time. I'm still hanging on with 72 HP here. I have Roost at my disposal, and I'm going to go for that right away just to try to get some HP back. He sends out his Ampharos, which isn't a great matchup for me unless he goes Mega. But even then, I don't carry a Fairy move, so I know I'm just going to have to try to, I know I really can't do a lot because I only have Air Slash and Flamethrower, and either one's going to do a lot. So he gets a Thunderbolt on me. I know he's going to go for another Thunderbolt, so I switch out to my Gliscor and go ahead and absorb that. Actually, he goes for a Thunder Wave, but that worked out just the same. So I get my Toxic Orb going, and I go for the Earthquake to try to get some damage off. Ampharos is so bulky that doesn't take it out, and he goes for a Signal Beam. Luckily that doesn't do a lot because I resist it, and that was a critical, but I resist it so well it really doesn't matter at all. I set up a substitute here. I could have just went for the Earthquake and got rid of it, but I knew the Signal Beam wasn't going to break a substitute, so I thought it might be safe just to have one up and ready for the next Pokemon to come in. So I go ahead and take it out here with the Earthquake, and that's Ampharos down. And that's a really cool Pokemon, Ampharos. It's got great coverage, it's really bulky, it just gets outclassed by so many others in OU that you just don't see it a lot unless it goes Mega. So out comes the Beast, which is a Tyranitar, and the Sand is going to come up, which doesn't bother me at all right now. I know I can't hurt it very much directly, so I go for the Toxic, just to put a timer on that Tyranitar. It's got a death sentence now, so unfortunately it's going to start setting up on me. It goes for the Dragon Dance, which makes it pretty scary here. The Toxic is still going, which is great, but I'm really worried about this thing now because it is going to set up on me. It's going to be able to boost up as much as it wants, really, and goes for the Stone Edge, which hits. So that fades my substitute. I know Stone Edge is a physical attack, and it's also very inaccurate, so I felt kind of safe staying in here without another substitute. I get another Earthquake off, so that this Tyranitar is already down to yellow. I know Toxic plus another attack is going to take it down, but I really don't want to stall it out here. I just don't like playing the stall game, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for the Earthquake. I'm not going to protect, I'm not going to let the Toxic do it for me. I'm just going to get rid of it, and in the process I do take some damage from a Stone Edge. Luckily, Gliscor really does a great job of resisting that, so out comes Chandelure, and it goes straight for the Hex on me. I probably should have protected and switched out to Porygon 2 here, but I didn't. I stayed in, and down goes my Gliscor, which is unfortunate because it really was a very good threat against his team at that point. So now that that's down, I'm forced to come out to my Greninja and scare out that Chandelure. At this point I didn't know if it was Flash Fire, if it was Infiltrator, Flame Body, whatever. I don't know if it gets Flame Body, I'm not sure. But I didn't know what ability it had, I didn't know the Flash Fire. I go for the Dark Pulse just to hit whatever comes in and maybe get a flinch. It hits the Heracross there, doesn't do much damage at all, obviously. Now this is critical. I go for a Hydro Pump here, and unfortunately I miss. If that Hydro Pump had hit, it wouldn't have knocked out the Heracross, but it would have done a sizable amount of damage. He knocks me out here with the Mega Horn, and gets the Moxie boost, so that's scary. I send out my Arcanine, and I go for the Flare Blitz, thinking that would definitely KO that Heracross. Unfortunately, I forgot about the Chandelure, and it turns out it does have Flash Fire. It comes in and takes that Flare Blitz and boosts up his Fire-type moves in the process. So that really sucks for me. That gives that Chandelure so much firepower. I sent out my Togekiss, expecting to be able to take a Fire Blast because of how bulky it is, even with the Flash Fire. Unfortunately, that's not the case. My Togekiss goes down right here in one shot. And that's really disappointing, because now this thing is very strong. I should have sent in my Porygon 2 instead of Togekiss to trace that Flash Fire, because that totally takes away his strategy. He can't hit me with Hex, and he can't hit me with a Fire-type move. So, Chandelure gets scared back out, and in comes the Gardevoir, which is a really cool Pokemon too. Basically, I can take it one-on-one. I know that I have Recover, and I managed to get the Paralysis on the Thunderbolt, so that's nice. I expected it to do maybe some Calm Minds boost up here, but it goes straight for the Psychic here and tries to get some damage on my Porygon 2, and does. And it drops my special defense, not that that is going to matter for the rest of the battle. I get the Tri-Attack off, and down goes the Gardevoir, so I'm pretty happy with my Porygon 2 right now. I'm up 3-2 right now. I still have my Mega. But in comes the Heracross, gets me straight off with a close combat, and down goes my Porygon 2. And with it, the Moxie boost comes on that Heracross, which really sucks, because now that thing's boosted again, and all I have is my Arcanine and my Scizor. Now, remember that Hydro Pump that missed? If that had hit and done some damage to that Heracross, its HP would definitely be lower than it is right here, and this Bullet Punch that I'm about to send it in its face more than likely would have KO'd. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you use Hydro Pump over Scald or Surf or something like that. I took the risk, it didn't pay off, and that Heracross lives the Bullet Punch and one-shots my Scizor. So, I'm left with just my Arcanine against the Heracross and the Flash Fire Chandelure. I already know at this point I can't win, because I can't hit that the Chandelure with any of my moves. I only have Extreme Speed, Close Combat, and Flare Blitz as attacking moves, along with Morning Sun. So I managed to Extreme Speed the Heracross, take it out. Now it's just one-on-one, but really, there's 0.00% chance I can win at all, because I can't hit it with my fighting move, I can't hit it with my normal move, and I can't hit it with my fire move. So Fire Blast takes me down to 11 HP after a crit, and all he has to do is Flame Burst me, and Dave takes the game. So great battle, Dave. That's a really interesting team. You're set up well for predictions, and with the flash fire and with the Moxie boost on the Heracross, that gets pretty scary too. So that was a really awesome battle. That's a really great team. I'm going to leave the link to your profile, to your Twitter, in the description for sure. And I hope we can have a rematch sometime next time I get another team going, because that was a lot of fun. And as long as I don't back myself into a corner against your flash fire again, I think I might be in good shape. So yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, I hope to have more content coming soon. It's really hard for me to find time to do this now that I'm back to work 40 hours a week, but we'll see what I can do. Stick around, hit the like button, subscribe if you want. Really means a lot to me. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.